Before you scroll past this, look around the room you're sitting in. Take a slow, honest look, because what I'm about to share with you may change the way you see your home forever. If you have ever felt inexplicably tired, anxious, unlucky, or like something invisible is weighing you down, the answer might be hiding in plain sight, sitting on your shelf, hanging on your wall, or tucked in the corner of your living room. Right now, take a screenshot of this page. Share it with someone you love and keep reading. What you discover here might be the most important thing you do for your family this year. For thousands of years, across cultures as different as ancient China, indigenous communities in the Americas, and the mystical traditions of Eastern Europe, people have understood something that modern science is only beginning to take seriously. Our environments are alive with energy. The objects we surround ourselves with do not just occupy physical space. They hold memories, emit vibrations, and silently shape the emotional and spiritual atmosphere of our homes. Most people have no idea that certain everyday objects act like invisible sponges, soaking up fear, grief, resentment, and bad luck, and then slowly releasing those energies back into the air you and your children breathe every single day. You would never knowingly invite negativity into your home. But what if you already have, and you simply don't know it yet? What if the very things you thought were harmless or even beautiful are quietly draining your family's happiness, health, and prosperity? That is exactly what this guide is going to reveal. 5 objects, 5 hidden dangers, and the shocking truth behind each one that nobody talks about. Here is something most people never think about. A clock that has stopped ticking is not just a decoration, it is a symbol of frozen time, stagnation, and death. In feng shui, one of the most ancient and respected systems of environmental energy management in the world, a broken clock in the home is considered one of the most powerful attractors of misfortune. The logic is deceptively simple. Time is meant to flow forward. Life is movement. Growth is momentum. When you place a stopped clock on your wall or your shelf, you are unknowingly creating a spiritual anchor, a signal to the universe that time has stopped, that progress is impossible, that life has come to a halt. Think about this. How many people do you know who have a dead clock hanging on their wall? And how many of those same people feel stuck in their careers, their relationships, or their finances? Coincidence? Possibly. But the ancient masters of energy did not think so, and modern psychology adds an interesting layer to this conversation. Research in environmental psychology shows that visual cues of disorder, dysfunction, or neglect subtly program our subconscious minds with feelings of helplessness and fatigue. A broken clock whispers to your brain, every single day, nothing works here, nothing moves forward, nothing changes. Go through your home right now. If you find a stopped clock, do not just ignore it, remove it or repair it immediately. This one is deeply uncomfortable, and that is exactly why most people never confront it. But if you are serious about protecting your home's energy, you must be honest about the following question. Do you have any objects in your home that were given to you by someone who resents you, envies you, or secretly wishes you ill? A gift from a bitter ex-partner? A trinket from a jealous colleague? A decorative piece from a family member whose smile never quite reaches their eyes? Every object carries the emotional fingerprint of the person who gave it. And in many spiritual traditions, from Haitian voodoo to Russian folk magic to Himalayan shamanism, intentional or unintentional cursing through objects is considered not only possible, but common. You do not need to believe in curses for this to affect you. Consider it purely psychologically. Every time you see that vase, that painting, or that decorative figurine, you are unconsciously reminded of the person who gave it to you. If that person represents pain, manipulation, jealousy, or betrayal, your nervous system responds accordingly with a tiny but real surge of stress hormones. Multiply that by dozens of glances per day, every day, for years. The cumulative effect on your mental and emotional health is staggering. Get rid of it, not because of magic, but because your peace of mind is priceless. If this is already making you think of something specific in your home, good, that is your instinct speaking. Save this guide, Share it with a friend or family member who needs to hear this, and keep reading. The next three items on this list are even more surprising. Shoes carry our journeys. They literally walk us through every experience of our lives, through struggles, through grief, through toxic places and toxic people. In many spiritual traditions, including those rooted in African diaspora religions and ancient European folk practices, shoes are considered one of the most energetically charged objects a person owns. They absorb not only the physical dirt of the roads we travel, but the spiritual residue of every environment we pass through. And when those shoes are old, worn out, and falling apart, when the soles are cracked, the heels are destroyed, and the material is fraying, that energetic residue concentrates and festers. Keeping old, destroyed shoes inside your living space, especially in common areas like the living room or bedroom, is said to keep the energy of old paths, old wounds, and old failures literally under your roof. There is also a deeply practical element to this. Clutter is the enemy of flow. A home filled with things that no longer serve you sends a constant message of scarcity and stagnation. Your home should be a sanctuary of renewal, not a museum of your past struggles. Go to your closet right now, and if you find shoes that are genuinely beyond repair, let them go. You are not throwing away memories. You are making room for something better to walk through your door. Before every plant lover closes this guide in protest, hear this out, because this is not about demonizing cacti. Cacti are extraordinary plants. They are survivors, warriors of the desert, symbols of resilience and endurance. But it is precisely that warrior energy that makes them problematic in certain areas of the home. Their spines, by design and by energetic nature, repel and push away. They are natural barriers. In feng shui and in several Latin American spiritual traditions, cacti placed near the front door or inside the bedroom are believed to create invisible walls around the people who live there, repelling not just negativity, but also love, abundance, and connection. The bedroom is where we are most vulnerable, where we rest, dream, love, and heal. It should be the softest, most receptive space in the house. A cactus placed on a bedside table or windowsill introduces a subtle but persistent energy of defensiveness and conflict into that sacred space. Couples who struggle with chronic arguments, emotional distance, or intimacy problems are often advised, as one of the first steps, to remove any spiky or thorn plants from the bedroom. Is it a cure-all? Of course not. But when you understand that everything in your environment communicates something to your subconscious mind, you begin to make very different choices about decoration. Of all the items on this list, mirrors may be the most misunderstood and the most powerful. Mirrors are not neutral objects. They have held a place of profound spiritual significance in virtually every culture throughout human history. From the obsidian mirrors of the Aztecs used for divination, to the beliefs of ancient Greeks that mirrors captured a fragment of the soul, to the widespread practice across Asia and Eastern Europe of covering mirrors in the home after a death. Why? Because mirrors do not just reflect light, they reflect energy. And the placement of mirrors determines what kind of energy gets amplified in your space. A mirror facing the bed is considered extremely inauspicious in virtually every school of feng shui and in many shamanic traditions. The reasoning is layered. On a spiritual level, it is said to invite a third presence into the relationship, energy that does not belong in the intimate space between two people. On a practical, scientific level, there is something equally compelling to consider. Mirrors facing sleepers can subtly disrupt rest because the brain registers movement and reflected light even during sleep, activating the nervous system at times it should be completely quiet and recovering. A mirror facing your front door, meanwhile, is said to push away good fortune just as it arrives, reflecting blessings back out of your home before they can settle. Walk through your home and look at every mirror. Ask yourself, what is this mirror reflecting? Is it reflecting a cluttered corner, an entrance, your sleeping body, or a window that looks out onto something chaotic? Reposition any mirror that falls into these categories. This single change is one of the most powerful and immediate ways to shift the energy of your home, and countless people who have done it report feeling a difference within days. Here is what it all comes down to. Your home is not just a building. It is a living, breathing, energetic ecosystem, and you are both its inhabitant and its keeper. The objects you allow inside are either contributing to your family's well-being, your health, your happiness, your prosperity, your harmony, or they are quietly working against it. This is not superstition. This is the accumulated wisdom of thousands of years of human observation, refined across cultures, traditions, and continents. And even if you remain skeptical of the spiritual dimensions of all this, the psychological reality is undeniable. Your environment shapes your mind, and your mind shapes your life. You have the power to transform your home into a space of protection, love, abundance, and peace. It does not require expensive renovations or dramatic changes. It starts with awareness, with the willingness to look honestly at what you have surrounded yourself with, and to ask, does this serve me and my family, or does it hold us back? The 5 objects on this list are your starting point, but once you begin to see your home through the lens of energy, you will start noticing dozens of other small adjustments that can make a profound difference in how you feel, how you sleep, how you relate to the people you love, and how the world responds to you. Do not let this be just another article you read and forget. Right now, not tomorrow, not after dinner, go through your home with fresh eyes. Look for stopped clocks, old shoes, gifts from toxic people, misplaced mirrors, and bedroom cacti. Remove or reposition them, then share this guide with every person you care about, because protecting your home's energy is one of the greatest gifts you can give to the people you love. Your home should feel like a sanctuary. Your family deserves nothing less. Start today.